Your departure that didn't mean to cause the fandom to split apart and members to get all the hate.
Now, I think most engines need to accept the fact that Heesung, now known as Evan, has officially left NEPen. The whole discourse of how he was forced is kinda stupid in my opinion, because clips of him not really involving himself in group stuff are resurfacing. And allegedly, Hybe told Heesung they would release his solo song, which he really wanted it to 2 years ago, but never did, so he left to pursue his solo career. After they released the statement in Heesung hand-wrote letter, that's when the fandom fell apart. People starting leaking staff's addresses, which is really not necessary because the staff just do what they're told so they don't get in trouble or fired. But I feel like the partition did absolutely nothing because Hybe isn't going to just force him to come back after that little partition. But I think the most crazy thing that happened was someone actually tried to burn down Hybe, which is crazy because people could have got really hurt, and artists too. This fandom is at its worst and is probably at one of the worst fandoms right now. I'm not saying it's Heesung's fault because he didn't mean for this to happen. All he wanted was for the fandom to be supportive of his decision, instead of going out on members, which I'm going to talk about soon. But I feel like the fandom is only worried about Heesung right now instead of the members. I don't think they understand how hard they have to work to get used to the 6-member lineup and choreography. And with the whole live stream number issue pissed me off because people were commenting on a Unilive stream and saying, "Do you miss Heesung?" I hope you guys understand they're not allowed to talk about it. And it's disrespectful, especially if it's on a member's live stream, because we don't want to make them upset when they're trying to heal from the situation. Jongkwon and Jae have both said NHYPEN is 6 multiple times and now are getting hate for giving engines a reality check. That's so stupid, and that's a sign that those engines don't support the new NHYPEN and just want the old NHYPEN. Now, I get liking 6-member NHYPEN and still respecting 7-member NHYPEN. But where it draws the line is when you hate members for someone else's departure. The members were like family to each other for 6 years. Why would they be the reason they leave? The hate feels like it's just towards the members instead of Heesung. Now, I'm not saying he should be hated, but I haven't seen Heesung get told one thing. I feel like he's on a higher tier than the other members. Now, Heesung's solo song isn't the best, but not every debut song is the best. But I think what got me the most is when Engine started blaming Stray Kids for Heesung leaving. Like, I'm sorry, what does Stray Kids have to do with this? Like, at this point, they're blaming everyone instead of Heesung. Like, he's the one that chose to leave. And also the fact that people are throwing away Jungwon and Jae's photo cards are crazy because the members have said that Jungwon sees a lot of things engines do or say. Like, just imagine how they feel right now that their fandom is acting like this. And Hybe isn't going to anything about it. And I have noticed that Heesung is still getting used to being solo because he spent 6 years working in a group. But overall, he seems pretty happy. Engines are becoming insufferable at this point. But I think NHYPEN is doing good. Has 6. Sanoog is now the lead vocalist and the rest of the group have adjusted too. But I feel like now the fandom has calmed down a little bit. But it's crazy that people are still boycotting is kind of ridiculous. Because if the stocks go down and the company gets paid less, so do the other idols, and they might leave if they get paid less. Engines are using every tiny thing as a sign that he's coming back. Now, I get preferring OT7 in NHYPEN, but trying to convince yourself that he's coming back without valid proof isn't worth it. Because once he doesn't come back, you'll probably feel disappointed, which isn't worth it in my opinion. At a time period, I was even convinced he would come back, but after he released Ride or Die, I was like, okay, this is it. Because why would he leave a group, release 2 songs, have his own YouTube channel and Spotify, then come back, make that make sense? Okay, that's all I wanted to say. This is just my opinion, don't come for me. I also have a Cat's Eye video coming out soon too, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for staying this far.